Giorgio. Battaglia, Zender have been playing well. Bomber, White Battaglia has the big shot. Can he get it away today? Andy Ton, Jenny has been one that really impressed me. He's a good fighter, a good aggressive player.
Ruger is very aggressive, and he likes to get himself stuck in. He likes to have a shot or two here and there. Bear is a very good offensive defenseman. He skates very well. Hollenstein, Howell, and Triolzi, 10, 11, and 12 are the guys you'll see on the power play. They move the puck around nice. This Swiss team is capable of good things, and they're going to have to really come out hard to beat the Germans. We've got a big group here supporting them, and they want to go away with a victory.
Rob Hearn is the referee. Anderson and Chesney from Norway and the Czech Republic, respectively, are the linesmen. The officials are set, the players are set, and the Germans will play from left to right in this hockey game. The Germans, coached by George Kingston. Mats Bolton is the Swiss coach, and Kingston has a lot of experience at NHL level and international level, having coached San Jose in the NHL and Norway and Canada on the international scene. Shot comes in, kicked away. Giorgio gets his first touch and pops it into the corner. The Germans immediately come on the offensive, fire that deep. Germany with some solid defensemen. But can they keep the Swiss at bay? Steffen working hard. Giorgio again closes things down in a crease.
Steffen trying to make something happen on the short side. George Kingston calls in a different situation totally than he was last year. He's fighting off the possibility of relegation here. Last year he came to town in Italy with a Canadian team that walked through everybody. Things changed.
He also had some great backup with Tom Rennie and Dan Dubé.
That's right, Rennie is still with Canada, and he's doing a good job with that team.
Fired in again, and the Swiss try to get it out of the zone, and they do. A quick break coming down. Andy Ton racing down, and it's poked away at the last moment as Andy Ton couldn't outskate Leutemann. Flipped to the far side. 30 is Marcel Jenny. We spoke about him. Ton still out there. Jenny flips it back. The one-timer comes in and misses the target. The Germans go on to defensive now. And the Swiss look like they mean business. Niederberger comes up. Niederberger scores! Big defenseman breaking through. Where did he come from?
First point in the tournament for Niederberger. He is one happy defenseman. He outskated the Swiss team the length of the ice to get that puck and have a breakaway. We've said the Germans need goal scorers. This isn't the most likely candidate on the German team, but he's got a goal, and it's a nice one. Jenny, Brick chasing, but they aren't going to catch Niederberger. He's really going down the ice with one thing in mind, and that's to score a goal.
At the blue line, the Germans pop it down the ice. The Swiss have to go back for it. A long clearance over. Bayer got it. Battaglia flips it back. That was almost intercepted. Shot comes in, and Merrick is tested on the glove side.
Merrick, a stand-up goaltender, just holding his ground. Wrist shot going for the short side right into the glove of Merrick.
Bayer. Tom. Not controlled there, and Heldner drops it deep. Bayer starts it up again for Switzerland. The Swiss need to get on the score sheet. This is a big game for them. Merrick falls on that and forces the face-off.
Big shot taken just wide of the net. That came from a long way out. Merrick had to react. We all have seen how quick the backboards are. Triolzi right there to try and get a rebound.
Little tap forward as Randall got in the way of that and then fell down. The Swiss back at the blue line. can't keep it in. Puck bounces away and Bomber goes for a skate. Bomber over the red line, just fires that off the plexi. There it comes out and the Germans try to get it out with Jenny having a gift. Jenny drops it back. The one-timer comes in. Big save right on the money. That shot was on fire. Bertagia coming in from the blue.
Sandro Bertagia is one guy who's got a shot. He really did anticipate this one well. Jenny laid the puck back. Bertagia walked right into that. That's point blank. Merritt coming up with a big save.
Friulzi unable to get that away. Nowak got it out as far as the blue line. Zender struggled on that one. And the Germans with Franz. Franz, a little move, long shot. Goaltender goes down. Ducey got the slap shot, no problem there for Tozio.
Hard work by Franz and a shot by Ducey. Swiss with Zender shutting Franz down. The puck went over to Ducey for the slap shot. Tozio with a good view had no trouble at all with that one.
Tom slams on the brakes, a little pass in front, and Brick unable to pop it away. The Germans now coming back quickly. Oh, that was nice. Ducey down, up, got the shot away. Riley was still on the ice, but Tozio hung on to the puck and forces yet another face-off.
Great individual effort by Ducey. He was down, he got up, he had Bomber in pursuit. Tozio kept his concentration and made the save.
12 seconds on the period. 1-0. Niederberger's goal was looking very, very big indeed for the Germans. 5 seconds. Puck bounces back along the boards. There goes the buzzer to end 20 minutes of hockey, and there's confirmation of the scoreline. 1-0 for the Germans over the Swiss. Good period for both teams. The Swiss perhaps a little unlucky not to be on the score sheet themselves.
A very even period from all accounts. Both teams working hard. Merritt doing his job. Tozio with a good period, but like you said, Paul, Niederberger's goal is a big one right now.
Short break for both teams, and there is what happened during that period. The Germans are shooting the Swiss 11-4 and getting the only goal of the period. We're going to take a break. Join us after the break for the second period.
Remember the athletics meeting of Lausanne? Did Leroy Bowell beat the 100-meter world record? If you have the answer, you may be the lucky winner of a Walkman mini disc. Also to be won, superb Eurosport t-shirts. To play and win, call the Eurosport hotline now. Good luck.
Welcome back. The Germans will be playing from right to left for the second period. They lead it by 1-0. Niederberger on the breakaway, getting the only goal of the hockey game. Shot all the way in, pops along the boards, cleared away, and the Swiss come back deep into their zone. Bertagia, the far side, not a great pass from him, and the Swiss have a tendency to get themselves into trouble without the other teams having to do anything at all. Some of these passes leave a lot to be desired. Ducey breaking up the middle, looking for places to go. That was stopped by Zender. Ragged play in neutralized territory as Ernie tried to break it free. Randall was there. The pass came right through and off a skate as Lupsig started buzzing around that goal. Randall plays heads-up hockey for the Germans, and he's been the one, along with Ducey, that they've been looking for to try to get something moving up front.
Randall, at 26 years old, has had to become the new team leader. The Germans are counting heavily on him. Shot there going to the net. Lupsig's a good aggressive forward, and he thought he was going to have a rebound, but Tozio held on.
Holtzman and Faber along the boards, Niederberger. Jenny takes him out, and the Germans and the Swiss go toe-to-toe along the boards. Hohenstein got back along with Weber. The puck's still not out of the zone. Germans doing a great job along the boards, keeping it in. Nothing happening in front of the net. Now the Swiss come back. 2-on-2 situation. Howell tries to get it over. Tom is there. These two have developed a nice understanding during this World Championship play. Ludeman taken off the puck, and Tone circles back, throws it up on the wing. Not a great pass from him. That goes the distance.
Good shift by Andy Tong, going the length of the ice offensively, then getting back in a hurry and doing the job defensively and coming up with the puck once again for the Swiss.
The Germans haven't picked up a medal since 1953. And they're not going to do it this year. That was a silver medal. They haven't had a gold. They have 1 silver and 2 bronze. Last year they were 9th. Along the boards, the Germans still keeping it in the ice. Hohenstein keeping it in the zone, rather. Hohenstein gets it up the ice. Coming up is Weger. Hohenstein races in. Going hard on him is Kinas. Hohenstein flips it to the far side of the ring. Both teams using the complete ice surface out there, but not getting the quality shots on goal. Now the shots rain in as the Swiss start to apply a little pressure. Now having to be called on there here in the second period.
The Swiss only had 4 shots on Merrick in the first period, but of those 4 shots, 3 of them were very good quality shots, and Merrick did have to be sharp. Tozio watching the deflection go just wide of him. They can be a nightmare for a goaltender.
Randall from the face-off loses out. The shot comes in. Merrick in the crease, banged that away, and the Germans come back on the attack. Randall along the board, bumps into Ernie. That comes out of the zone at center ice. The Swiss now coming up quickly. 2-on-2 situation. Trying to get in there with Jenny. Jenny unable to make it happen. Little tap through with Ivan Kovic. That bounced away, and the Germans come back on the attack. Every once in a while, the Swiss look like a Pool A team. A long shot on the pads. The rebound is there. Heldner getting a second bite of the cherry. Ivan Kovic mixes it up in the crease. Byrne leaning on the net, doesn't look too overly concerned.
Not a bad shift for the Swiss. 27, Thomas Heldner having an opportunity, not really able to get a good piece of the bouncing puck. Ivan Kovic shoving and pushing. That's what the Germans need. They need to keep being tested by the Swiss. It's toughening them up, and defensively they're playing a lot better in this game than we've seen them play. And for the Swiss, that's a good move to try and unsettle the Germans. Maybe get Merrick a little upset around the front of his net and be able to pop something in here.
Holtzman is set. Howell gets in a position as Triulzi goes into the face-off circle. In the skate, Ernie goes after it, pushed along the boards, and the Germans grab the face-off and start to come out of the zone. Couple of little passes there. Oswald trying to break himself free. Offside is the call. Slight hesitation right there at the blue line, and the Germans pay the price.
Gunther Oswald, the 25-year-old, getting ice time. He hasn't seen much ice, but very happy to be out there, and he's playing with quite a bit of intensity. He wasn't happy about the offside call.
The German fans here outnumber the Swiss fans by a considerable margin. Oswald broke through, but the puck was still in the official's hand. He's told to go back and chill out as that's ripped around the board. The Germans try to set it up in the zone. Flipped in quickly by Pika. Pika, who's seeing more and more ice time as this competition goes on. Unable to slow that down. Ernie. Niederberger. Triulzi on the far side. Niederberger working hard on the far wing, but again we see a giveaway pass there by the Germans. Bomber got the shot in, and that's tipped away. Howell's got a piece of it on the left wing, but every once in a while they don't look like Kool-Aid teams when they just get behind the net, the side of the net, float it up to the blue line and give the defenseman a chance to let the shot go.
Well, on a day, they can play with anybody, but you're right, the smooth flowing game that you see from the Swedes, the Czechs, the Russians, we can go on and on about that, isn't there. It's not the style of play that these guys have, and sometimes it just doesn't look quite as polished.
3:17 gone on the second period. Niederberger's goal still looking very good for the Germans. The long shot is high and off the flexi, bounces around. Holtzman couldn't get it, but it was pushed in by Leutemann. Ruder unable to hang on to that in the corner. That comes back to the blue line, and the Germans have to come out of the zone with Keenas firing it right back in. Ruder out on the left side, slams on the brakes, goes right, and the Swiss unable to get it through with some good defensive moves there by Franz. Back to the blue line. Ruder let the shot go, bounces back to the top of the crease. Fire. Jenny changes direction. The Germans fire it to the near side, and that deflected away.
Better forechecking from the Swiss. Jenny and Fire putting more pressure on the German defenseman.
Face-off just outside the German zone. Yarakov a bit confused about who should be out there. Kingston is the one who should sort that out. Randall. Eschleman. Randall gets it back. Oswald is there for Germany. Wayland. Wayland tips it off, and Bertagia takes it around. Far side of the rink. Zender back. Molenstein let that go. And Vager comes off. Long shot. Deflected off a Wayland stick. Goaltender catches that, and we have another face-off.
Another German coming off the bench to get himself into the play. Marcus Wayland. He's only 18 years old. He started things out of the zone for Germany, then blocked the shot nicely by Vager. Good to see some of these kids getting ice time. Kingston experimenting, and why not? He's got to come up with a win. He's going to have to keep playing the players that are the hungriest.
Absolutely. These youngsters have a lot to prove. Some of the older guys have been here before. They've done it, seen it. The youngsters want to be around for a while, and they can only impress if they're on the ice. And when they're out there for the first or second shift of a game, boy, they're going to go as hard as anyone to let Kingston know they want a third and fourth shift. Drop back, and the Germans unable to get by Bertagia. Throw it in. Eschleman is there. Eschleman flips it out front. The loose puck is there. Goaltender lets it sit, and the Germans just flip it out of the zone.
Zender came flying in from his blue line spot to try and have one last crack at the puck, but just unable to get a piece of it.
Molenstein chasing out there for the Swiss as the Germans pass it through neutral ice territory, coming down on the left side. Long clearance. And we have another whistle on the play before that puck was shot in the net.
Another good shift for the Swiss. Good defensive job by Benoit Doucet, the forward who got back to help the defense out. He took the Swiss player off the puck. That could have been very dangerous.
Hohenstein goes into the face-off circle with Heldner. Hohenstein drops it back, and that's cleared into the zone, and the Germans have been winning most of these face-offs. Hohenstein goes in hard, back to the blue. Meyer pumped it in, and the Swiss bring it out in a hurry. Flipped all the way in. A lot of dumping and chasing out there by both teams. Bressac finds a bit of space along the boards, and the Swiss getting back in numbers. Good pass up the middle. Chance now, the shot comes in. Ivankovic let the shot go, but it was away from the net. Rick Pika. Rick again. Far side, Hohenstein grabs it, lets the shot go. Goaltender goes down, the puck was lost. And we have an interference call coming up.
The game has opened up once again. It's gotten much more wide open in the last few minutes. Both teams having a shot or two at the net. And the passing has gotten a lot crisper in the last few minutes, especially in the neutral zone. That one pass out for the breakout, and then they're actually putting 2 or 3 passes together in the neutral territory to get some kind of an offensive flow going. Bomber going to the penalty box for interference. The Germans with a man advantage.
Pika working hard in the corner, and that was the interference call just at the side of your screen. Bomber taking his man out. Ducey in the face-off circle, unable to get it back. Now it comes back as Leutemann has the puck. Franz, Leutemann, good pass along the blue line. Good vision there. Brick unable to get onto that. Leutemann taps it in, and the Germans throwing it around nicely. Franz, second look. Slides it back to Leutemann. Leutemann takes the shot. Loose puck in front. That's a goal. Power play. Ducey.
Ducey in the right place at the right time. The puck bounced nicely for him, and he didn't waste any time banging that one in. Leutemann controlling things from the blue line. They've made a few passes. Leutemann sees 2 German forwards in front of the net. He directs it toward Lupzig and Ducey. The puck bounced to the ice. Ducey quick to react. The Germans with their second goal of the game.
Ducey working hard for the Germans throughout this competition. Finally gets a goal. Gamer pushed down along the boards. Steffen forechecking for the Germans. Zender with a lot of speed. Zender on the left wing.
Nyomba.